Welcome to the Candid Conversations with the Grand Canions. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Thursday evening. How are you? Let me tell you who I am first. He let me do this on my own, y'all. I am comedian Simply Net. I am Grand Canion, and to him,
my freak.
I was going to say,
Hey, look.
Lollipop.
We ain't gonna cut this like live TV.
Okay.
Not quite live, but you get me. Welcome. Hey, how you doing? I see you got your.
She's trying some little new different things, on herself.
Because that's what you wore.
This year.
You wore that in the photo shoot.
You ain't gotta say what I wore.
Shoot.
You just let me.
It looks good though.
And my photo shoot was
fire.
I still have some more that I'm gonna put out there, but I felt like I need to hold back just a little bit.
Yeah.
But welcome, my wonderful, handsome, fine as a husband. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic
and you
tonight.
Are, sir?
And listen, I like you to say is this
you
week.
You are?
Oh, I'm Coach Ken, a.k.a. the professor, a.k.a. the doctor, a.k.a. Big Pimpin'. Oh, okay. I'm just saying.
But what were you saying this week? What?
The show came out.
The show came out this week?
For those of you who don't know, I'm on a hit reality show as a coach called Unfaithful Caught in the Act on MTV on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. So next week you got to watch. Yo, it is fire.
We want to talk about this episode from this week until next week. We want to give people a chance to watch it.
Okay.
But we'll do a recap of the show every week.
I like that.
I would love to do a recap of the show. And I'm so excited. I can't tell you how proud I am as your wife, as your friend, as your partner, to look like I get excited when I see the commercials. Just when I see you on the TV screen, it just does something. It does something to me, and I'm just so proud of you. I've watched your journey, and I feel like you have worked hard to be where you are, and you deserve these moments. And so, y'all give some little claps for my boo.
All right. I will say thank you. It's been a journey, but I love every bit of it. Love helping people transform their lives. That's it. So enough of that celebration. Let's get to work.
All right. So let's talk about. Okay, I'm sorry.
But I want to say we got to tell them we got 2 sponsors now, y'all. But let me tell you 2 housekeeping things. Number 1, subscribe to the channel. Mm-hmm. We're getting 4,000 to 5,000 subscribers each. We're up to 183,000, almost 184,000. Wow. I thought we would be in 200,000 by next year. Mm-hmm. We're going to clip 200,000 this year.
Oh wow!
But subscribe to the channel. Also, click the notification bell so every time we drop a video. Hey, our social media director, she be dropping stuff, just dropping it. Just drop. We got all kind of content coming up. So we appreciate you. And also we want to say our sponsor for this show, the Relationship Academy. It's an academy that we've created where women can come and grow, heal, and find their ideal partner. It's amazing. So if you're interested in the Relationship Academy, if you say, look, I need a place where a community, where not only the community, the education, the coaching, you get it all in one place. All right. Go to the relationshipacademy.co. therelationshipacademy.co. It will explain it, join it, and look, we'll see you on the inside.
I like that.
Like that?
Okay, so let's get into our show. Let's talk about last week. Last week was a recap. It was the recap of a recap. What we did is we took some of the comments that you guys had did on the, what was the title
About
of
a
that
good
one?
man.
About a good man.
About a good man.
So we took some of the comments and we talked about those. We responded to those.
And I broke down what a good man was. Mm-hmm. And the first video, we got over 500,000 views. A lot of people didn't like what I said about what a good man wants. But a lot of people did like it. So I always tell people say, well, look at the comments. A couple of ladies said, look at all the comments in there. People now said, but look at them. Notice all the comments. Notice they're all women and all of the women are saying the same thing. But notice what the men are saying. That conversation was, what does a good man want? Mm-hmm. The men are telling you what he said is true.
Yes, this
you
is
can
what
disregard
I want.
it.
Yeah,
but
it's
what
not
he said
what
was
you
true.
feel is right.
And so my thing is, we're creating dialogue. That's at the end of the day. I ain't have to block but 2 people.
Oh wow.
That's it. There's ain't the block but 2, but them 2 people. Only reason I blocked them because I love discourse. Mm-hmm. I love opposing opinions. But I had to block people when they start calling names.
Yeah.
When they start calling names, because I ain't going that route. But that's what we going. That's what we did last week, and we make it work.
This week, I'm excited about this week.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this week. This week, our title is what? You're pointing at me. What is it?
I wasn't pointing at you. I was pointing at the producer.
Okay.
But I wasn't pointing at you. But since all I want you to do is do what you're going to do.
Okay.
It's live right now.
I know, but you keep pointing, so I'm trying to figure out what you pointing at, what you need me to do. But I wanted to, what's the title for tonight?
You created it.
I sure
Can
did.
you get over infidelity?
Oh, yeah. Can you get over infidelity? Can you get over infidelity? And we're going to start with this video.
On April 12, 2023, at approximately 9:40 p.m. in Georgia, an officer was dispatched in response to a 911 call reporting a domestic dispute. Hollis Cardinal stated that her husband, Douglas Cardinal, was raging, acting violently, and looking for her.
My husband is going crazy and raging and violent.
Okay. Against
I
you?
know him. Please send somebody.
Okay, are you separated right now? Like, are you in a different room?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you in a different room?
No, we live in the same house.
No, I'm asking you, are you in a different room?
No, I'm hiding in the utility room.
Okay, hold on.
I'm hiding.
I'm going to get help to you.
The officer was familiar with the residents from previous domestic dispute calls, always reported by Hollis Cardinal. However, this was the first time she hid from her husband during one of his outbursts.
Talk to me. What's going on is about 20 goddamn years of retribution over what I told you the last time you were here was an affair 20 years ago.
Did it just get brought up again?
Yes, it did. And that's exactly what's happened.
Officer.
And I'm sorry that my wife is afraid. I'm sorry. I haven't touched her. I yelled at her. Yes, but I haven't touched her.
What would make her afraid? Just you yelling?
Yeah. Okay. Aggressive yelling. Yes, I did.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
She doesn't seem to want to quit talking about it. I asked her politely multiple times to stop the subject, to change the subject, talk about anything else, and she refuses to do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're okay. Breathe.
No, I'm not okay right now. You're here. I'm not okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we've had to take you away from some real problems. This isn't okay. This isn't right.
How long's the argument been going on?
I'm sorry.
How long's the argument been going on tonight?
About 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Wow.
20 years.
Go ahead.
Okay, so in this video, it's a really long video. We just gave you a snippet of it. And I watched the video in its entirety. The husband stepped out and had an affair 20 years ago.
Okay.
The wife decided to stay, but every time they have a dispute, she said every time they drink wine, but every time they have a dispute, a disagreement, it comes up.
Okay.
It crawls up. And every time it crawls up, they have to call the police. But my point or my question is, can a person get beyond infidelity? She stayed, but it's clear that she's not beyond it.
Right. So are you asking, can we refine your question?
Yes.
Can a person get beyond infidelity and stay in the relationship?
And stay in the relationship, and it be a positive, loving, caring relationship.
Right.
Can it go back to its original state?
Okay. I'm going to answer the question this. I've worked with a lot of people who have gone through infidelity. Infidelity is a complex web. And let me explain why. Because it deals with the mind of a person. Because think about it. Let's first start this. When a person that you love, that you cherish, that is a part of your life commits infidelity, what you've actually done is disrupt the picture that they've had about you. So everybody has a picture, a thought process. They've attached emotions to that picture, that photo. When a person commits infidelity, everything about that picture is false now. Everything, because their mind has seen them in a certain light, they've seen them in a certain way. When the person commits infidelity, now it's committed. Now what's happened is you have introduced trauma into the relationship because the thought of betrayal has caused me trauma. Okay. And now I must, because everything I believed is not true. And so now I go through a grieving process. It's no different than, because look, I lost the person I thought I had. And so now, because I've lost the person I thought I had all of these years, or however long it was, now that person is gone. And so I have to go through the grieving process as though it's no different. Honestly, people might make light of this, but it's really no different than losing a loved one to death.
How so?
Okay, because the brain and your emotional process is the same. When you go through the cycle of grief, when you lose a person, you go through the cycle of grief when you lose one. The only difference is one is gone forever, and the other person is physically here, but they're gone forever.
But the thought that you once had of them is dead as well.
It's dead as well.
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
So, excuse me. Evidently, with this couple, there has to be some trigger. How do you, as the person, as you say, climbing Trust Mountain, how do you avoid those triggers? And the person that's wanting you to climb Trust Mountain, how do you get past those triggers? How do you get to a point where it's not a trigger anymore?
Wow. So the first thing I will tell people, there is a process. And so there are some things that you need to understand if you're going to ever get over infidelity and stay in the relationship. Okay. Now I know we're talking about heated stuff, and you about to beat up. I can see.
I don't know if it's the bangs or the conversation.
Okay. If you, first off, here's the question. The question is you're asking yourself a whole bunch of questions. Why they do it? Why did you betray me? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you do this to me? They have a multitude of questions that are unanswered because they don't have the answers to them. And so the first thing that you got to understand, whether you are the person who, I call them the cheater, okay, or the one who was cheated on, okay, the victim of cheating, just for lack of a better word, there are some things that you got to understand. Number one, this is never logical. It's always emotional. The first thing you got to understand is, because you're trying to figure it out in a logical way, I give them sex every night. But why? It doesn't make sense. Why? It's because you're trying to figure out an emotional problem with a logical solution. That's number one. The second thing that you've got to understand is that everything that you believed, because it was shattered, you're going to go through an emotional roller coaster daily. You're going to go, so you have to prepare.
That's the person that's being cheated on, or is that the cheater?
Actually,
everybody,
both of them.
Okay.
You might go from shock to confusion to anger to disbelief to denial. you're going through all of a litany of emotions. You got to understand that going in, that if I decide that I want to try to work it out, and so the truth is, some people haven't decided they want to work it out, because some people will never get over it. Now, what they will do is they will try to, they say, I'm going to stay in it in hopes that I can get over it. In hopes that I can get over it. Well, to get over it, there are some things that have to happen. I'm not going to get into that part of it right now, but I can tell you one or two things that would have to happen. But I need you to understand another thing. If you have to accept that it's going to be hard. So a lot of people think, well, I can just get over this. The reason why you can't, why it's difficult to get over, it's kind of like when your father passed. The one thing I never did was I never told you, okay, 6 months, it's over. You need to get up. You need to stop this. You need to let it go. I never said that, because everybody's grieving process is different. And the person who did the cheating have to understand that. Because what they do is, it's been a year. It's been a year and you ain't over it.
Yeah, it's like, how long I got to pay for this?
Okay, well, you know what studies say? There's a study out there that says this. That says it can take up to 2 years for a person of repeated, consistent, new behavior. Me watching your new behavior. Before I will accept it. Okay? And look at you as a safe place. Because you know how I look at you as unsafe. If you cheated on me, you're unsafe. You hurt me. You're a place of pain. And so I look at you, I view you that way. And so because I view you that way, it's going to take me time. And so the person who is the one who did cheating, you have to decide if you're going to stay in the relationship, then no matter how long it takes. Sometimes it takes 1 year. Sometimes it takes 5 years. Sometimes it's 20 years.
Wow. So, I asked you about triggers. For the person that says, I want to stay in this relationship.
Okay.
How do I work through my triggers? Okay. Because sometimes you can't stop those things from, sometimes you don't know it's something that is a trigger until it triggers you. And so how do you work through that?
That's a good question. So let me explain it to you. Whenever you get triggered, your mind attaches a meaning to something that happened. You see the trigger, you attach them. So we get to drinking, okay? Then you get to talking lovey-dovey. All right, that's a trigger for me that, you were drinking with her.
Oh, okay.
So the meaning is, this is the same thing. I attach a meaning to this trigger. I attach a meaning that what you're doing to me don't mean nothing because you did it for them too. So notice what I said. We attach meaning to everything we do, everything we see, right? The only way you get over a trigger is, number one, understand that it is a trigger. Become conscious of the trigger. Number two, because a trigger is nothing more than a mental pattern that you attach emotion to it. And the question is, whenever you have a mental pattern, you have to interrupt that pattern.
Okay.
And how do you interrupt? Now, this takes time. That's why you need a coach. That's why you need a therapist, somebody to guide you through the process. Well, what happens is you have framed something in your mind a certain way. Then the only way you interrupt that trigger is you have to reframe it. So allow me to give you a reframe. Remember when I went bankrupt years ago before we got married? And I was in the room and I was like, everybody left me. People talking about me. I was in all the papers and all of that. And I sat there and was like, God, why? Why did this happen to me? Remember, that was where I was. And one day I realized that, wait a minute. I asked myself, I said, I was sitting there. I didn't know what I know now. I didn't understand human behavior like I understand it now. But I asked myself, is it possible that this thing that happened to me could have a different meaning, another meaning? Could it be better for me? Could it be something different? Well, my brain, now that I know what it is, my brain said, it's possible. That's all I needed.
Now you said, is it possible that
Go ahead.
No, I'm asking you to repeat it.
Is it possible that the thing that happened to me
Could have a
different meaning? Is it possible that I went bankrupt? Now watch what I did. Is it possible that when I went bankrupt, it could be pushing me somewhere else? It could be helping me. Is it possible that that there is a reason that I went bankrupt?
You know, I don't know that.
I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah, I'm just saying if Brunquisha sent me a message of inbox of y'all getting down, I don't know how I could say, is it possible that this could have a different meaning for me? How, like,
I'm gonna show you
how?
because there are many couples out there who teach other couples as a result of infidelity. They have whole marriage practices, whole counseling services because they went through infidelity. And because they went through infidelity, they help other people navigate it. That was their meaning.
That was their meaning. But think about it, though. Even ours was not infidelity, but when we had our issue and I said to you, hey, we're going to help couples one day, you was like, it's you crazy.
True. I didn't, like I told you, I didn't know
You
that.
know, so it did have a deeper meaning. It did have it was something better for us at the end of that.
Had that not happened, wait a minute, now let me ask you, had that not happened, would I started coaching other people? Would I have started coaching them?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't have.
But when you're in a situation like that, something as deep as infidelity, I don't know that would be the first question or the fifth question I would ask. Is there something?
Well, because you can't do it on your own. You wouldn't know to ask any questions. What you asked me as a coach, how do I get through it? And so then what you did is what a lot of people do. Then you gonna come up with your own damn answer.
I ain't gonna do that. You ain't gotta worry about me doing it.
What I'm telling you, this is a process. It's simplistic for the cameras. It's simplistic for the podcast because we ain't got but 30, 40 minutes to talk about it. But it's a process. This process may play out over the next 3 years. But what I'm just telling you, what has to happen is your brain has to have a shift on what the infidelity means to you.
So let me ask you another question. In your coaching, have you found couples who have experienced infidelity and they have healthy relationships after? Do you have couples who have so that is it is a possibility?
Oh, it is
to
possible.
live beyond infidelity.
Yes, but let me explain something to you about infidelity. People think that they're going to go back to the way the relationship was. You will never go back to the way the relationship was. Ever. Listen to what I'm saying. You will never go back to the way the relationship was. Now, because a lot of people are like, I just want to go back to where it was. I just want to go back to the way it was. But you will never go back to the way it was. But what you can do, if you decide to undertake the journey, you can build something new that is better, that is more intimate. Because you can take what you've learned. You both are part of the healing process. You both have to be better. You have to get better at communication. You have to get better at conflict resolution. You got to get better at everything, talking about things on your mind. And then you get better.
You just said something. And I want to ask the audience in a minute, what do they think? But you just said something. You said they both have to get better. A lot of times, the person that's cheated on, they don't feel like they have any work to do. They feel like that you did the cheating, you broke this relationship, you fix it. And so how does a person take ownership in it without taking blame for somebody else's actions?
That's a very good question. So let me put it to you like this, in a way you understand it. When a person comes to the emergency room and they got a gash, like they headache, they passed out. Well, what they're going to do is in the emergency room is treat the immediate problem. That's what you do in coaching therapy. We treat the immediate problem. All right, you cheated. All right, we got to get through that. But then there are things that led up to the stroke. I'm just talking about the stroke.
Right.
Eating pork. There are things that led up to the stroke. Prolonged high blood pressure. And what a coach does is, okay, it's never one person. The one person may have caused the betrayal, and that's wrong on every level. No way to justify it. The one person may have, no, I didn't, listen, baby, if I go cheat, I didn't stumble in the pussy. I'm
But I
sorry.
ain't gonna take no ownership. No. You can't.
I'm not talking about you. I'm
You
talking
said
about
it's
the person that did
never
it.
one person.
Yeah, but you misconstruing what I'm saying.
I did.
Yeah, because the person that cheated has to take full responsibility of what they did. That's their fault.
Okay.
It's never the other person's fault for cheating. I don't care what happened.
And then I'm not saying it's their fault, but there is something broken or something that needs tightening or fixing.
Fixed in
or
the
put some oil
relationship.
on it. Audience, what do you think? Do you think that a person can bounce back from infidelity? Can you? Have you seen it? Do you I'm trying to think. Well, I do know situations where people have stayed together in infidelity. But I don't know any personal situations that I know of where the relationship thrives.
Okay.
Where the other party knew that they were. And it's different if the other person didn't know you were cheating. If you didn't get caught cheating, and then I don't even think we talking to you. But as far as that goes. But if you get caught, like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's a whole process that you have to go through to restore. And that's why as I'm coaching people, I say, you got to be willing to go through this process. Because, I talk about Trust Mountain, and I got this whole analogy, and I got a video coming out soon on that. You got to reclimb Trust Mountain. And Trust Mountain is high, and it is arduous. It's a journey. It is a journey, and it takes courage to climb it again. Because it takes courage to climb it. And so let's talk about who cheats, men or women. There is a misnomer out there, Nat, that men cheat a lot more than women. That's not true. There are a lot of studies out there, but women out there getting their sneaky link on too. They did a study, and the study said anywhere from 22 to 27% of men cheat. And I know it ranges, age group, all of that. But then they said it's 19 to 23% of women that cheat.
That's because we bringing home the bacon, frying it up in a pan. I mean, you know what I'm talking about? It's like, if we got to go out here. If you ride down the street, you see these women. They doing construction. They holding up stop signs saying, "Come on, you can go on through." I mean, times have changed, and we just feel like,
So
listen, if we got to buy the groceries, doggone, come on, drop down and get your eagle on, sir. That's how I went too far. I went too far.
Wait a minute. Okay. I'm gonna let this slip.
I'm just saying. If the numbers have increased, it's just because we out here.
But
we
it ain't
got
that
to
the
get it.
numbers
Like,
increased. No,
I think it's increased. I don't think it used to be like that.
No, it's been like that.
You think so?
Yes.
How long? When was the study done?
There's several of them. There was one done in 1997, another one done in 2006. There was another one done in 2014.
Well, see, I knew you were in 97. I'm talking about back in
there was what they call a self-study done in 2023. A self-study where they survey women and men why they cheat, the number of them that cheat, and they ask them the reasoning. The stuff, self-study, people gonna lie, but we're gonna lie anyway. But a lot of them were like, they had nothing to lose, so they were like, I might as well tell the truth.
During COVID. I mean, I'm just saying. Let me ask you this right here, Ken. Do you think that you could work through infidelity and stay in a relationship?
In a relationship.
In this relationship.
I
wasn't going to put myself in there. I wasn't finna make myself to get it. But do you think that you could?
And I want to bring this point up. I'm going to answer your question. And this is the part that I wanted to say at the beginning that I didn't. On the show, me and Tammy asked the people, and I'm the one that always says this, because everybody who hasn't experienced it, most of them, 90-something, oh no, I ain't gonna stay.
Right.
But do you know it's a lot more people that stay in relationships after infidelity, close to 70%?
Oh wow, I didn't know. I didn't think it was that high.
Yeah, close to 70% of the people who are married, experience infidelity. It's 67% that stay in the relationship. Now the question is, why? See, when it hasn't happened to you, it's easy to say, I ain't gonna stay. You got me up. I ain't gonna stay. It's easy to say that. But once it's happened to you, not only now you merge with every thought. Do I still love the person? Are our finances connected? What about the children? Now all of a sudden there are thoughts that are immersed in my mind that I didn't have to think about when I said, if you do it to me, I ain't gonna stay. Okay? Me being alone. Can I find someone else? There are a lot of thoughts. So it's easy for a person to say, oh, I'm out. Okay? Because in the moment, I'm experiencing some acute pain. And what I will say to you is, could I stay? If I found out somebody was drilling you?
Look, I said,
No, I don't think so.
I don't.
But again, I'm like everybody else. I don't think so. I don't think I could stay because I'm one of those type of people. The reason why I don't cheat is because I'm that type of person. I don't want you to hurt. Like I see other people hurting, or like I know I would be. Because that thought, if you think about it, that thought would be, dang, you suck that joker thing like you suck mine. I'm just saying. Did he? You know what? You play too much. You play it too much. but for real though, I don't know. I don't. As I sit here, I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. But we always say what we won't do. I don't know, but I don't think so.
I would never disrespect you like that, though. So
I ain't worried about that.
You ain't worried about that?
No, I ain't
You
worried
ain't
about
worried
that.
about that?
I ain't worried
You
about
ain't
that.
worried about that?
Now get one of the other game. Get the game.
Oh, I can't ask a question.
Ask a
We
question.
said we was going to ask the question. Okay. While I'm getting this, go ahead and talk about our other sponsor.
Our other sponsor of the show is the Pocket Communication Coach. Hey, it's an AI software that we created so that you don't have to get to infidelity, so you can communicate your needs, communicate what's wrong, and you don't know how to say it. So we created pocketcommunicationcoach.com, Pocket Communication Coach, so you can put in what you want to say. It's an AI product. It is amazing. We programmed it to speak your language. And if you want to learn how to speak in a way that is empowering, that is effective, go to pocketcommunicationcoach.com. Sign up for 3 days for free. If you like it, keep it for $19.95, $20 a month. Y'all, for real. Y'all, a lot of infidelity issues could be prevented if we just communicated.
If we just communicated.
Yeah.
If we just communicated. So we have created a relationship card game, the moment of truth.
Yeah, you need
This is the original version, and we do not have the sex version sitting here with us today. You can order them. We have them on our TikTok shop, right?
TikTok shop, Instagram,
website. Call me at the crib. I'll bring them to you. But I want to ask a question from the actual card game. Okay, Kenny. Your partner is out cheating and calls you, panicking because their side piece is trying to kill him. What do you do? A, rescue them and address their cheating later. B, call 911 instead. C, hang up and break up. D, tell them you're on the way but never show up.
Wow.
Your partner is cheating and calls you panicking because they side piece about to kill him. What do you do?
I would, because I still love them, but I would do B. I call 911 and send them some help, but I'm not going out there. I ain't going out there. I get shot, killed, and he be with the person anyway. No. So that's what I'm doing. What y'all doing? What y'all doing?
For me, yeah. What would you do, audience? Your partner is out cheating and calls you panicking because your side piece is trying to kill him. What do? A, rescue them and address the cheating later. A. B, do you call 911 to help instead? C, hang up and break up. D, tell them you're on the way but never show up. Do we have insurance?
Yeah.
We got insurance. D, tell them you're on the way but never show up is my answer if we have insurance. You cheating on me?
Oh, if we got insurance.
Yeah.
You know what?
That would be my answer. Audience, what is your answer? Did you want to do another one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Let's do one more.
Okay.
Let's do one more.
Okay. Let's see, we've done this one. How would you tell your love interest their breath stinks? A, chew gum until they ask for some and then hand them the pack. B, mention your last dentist visit and would you like to, when you have to go back? C, ask them, what did you eat 2 days ago? Or D, fall back without warning?
Damn. I think
Chew gum.
I'm going to be constantly chewing. You want some? Was that A?
A, chew gum.
Chew gum and offer them some? Mm-hmm. That's mine right there.
Mine is C. What did you eat 2 days ago?
You wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that.
I know you. You would not say that. You would not.
None of these. I think I would offer gum. I just wouldn't chew. I would offer. Mint anyone? It's like a colonic.
On that note,
Mentos.
we need to go. All right. But I just want to
laxative. I'm sorry.
lead everybody with this right here. Mm-hmm. If you have experienced infidelity and you really need help, I want you to reach out to us at our academy, or you can reach out to me at coachkencanion at gmail.com. And I'll invite you in so we can help you get the help that you need, because it's really tough navigating these waters alone. It really is. Right. So I just want to leave you with that.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Don't forget to DVR the Caught in the Act Unfaithful. Watch every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. It comes on right after Love and Hip Hop. It's a Tuesday night takeover. Check out my man. Thanks again for joining us. Have a wonderful evening with the Grand Canyons, and we are